What's your current take on the recovery, and what do you think we should expect from the next few months?
Yeah, thanks, Greg. So I have characterized this as a great compression. We've seen unprecedented bad news. But the nature of this particular episode is so different than what we've seen in modern history. So during the global financial crisis, we had no idea when the crisis would end. When would the recession end? Actually, it was dated over in 2009, but it continued. Unemployment continued to go up into 2010, and it took 9 years to get back to where we started. So there was a lot of uncertainty. It dragged on. This recession is short because it's a biological recession, and the solution is a biological solution. And there's widespread belief that we will have an effective vaccine deployed. So all of the bad news is compressed, and we will also see unprecedented good news. However, I think it's naive to think that it will be exactly V-shaped. By the end of the year or the first quarter, we're back to where we started. That doesn't make any sense. And I think people make a basic mistake of percentage growth. Even though we are down 32%, if we're up 32%, we're not back to where we started. You know, if you do the math, if you start at 100 and then you drop 50%, you go to 50. And then if you gain 50%, you're back to 75. So I think it's naive to think that we're going back to where we started. It's naive to think that there's no structural damage, no permanent damage, even though we've taken on all of this debt and firms are going out of business. And I think it's naive to think that we can just brush it over and we'll be back exactly where we started. And what is really puzzling to me is that's exactly the belief of the stock market right now, where the stock market has effectively discounted the entire COVID-19 crisis, and we're back to where we started. So that to me is very worrisome, and I think it's reflective of a sort of bias that people have right now. And I call it rose-colored glasses, that we're looking at this crisis and discounting it and basically saying it's going to be gone, we're back to where we were, when I think the damage is much more permanent.